everybody, I'm so happy to be back with you in Mother Nature land. This is seriously the place that makes my soul come most alive, and it's also where I feel the most energy, which is actually the topic of today's video. So some of you might have seen a video that I made titled Why I Lost My Sex Drive and 3 Tools for Getting It Back. I really recommend checking it out because those tools seriously help, and I know that they help because I myself am transitioning into a brand new chapter, a brand new sexual awareness in my life. So as you know, I'm a sacred sexuality coach, but that definitely does not mean that I am perfect, especially in my sexual realms of being. I got on this journey because I really wanted to heal my sexuality. I had a lot of trauma, and to be honest, I just didn't want to have sex with my partner. But I was totally into random hookups and, people who I felt safe with, but that I knew there was no commitment to. So basically, I've been on this journey trying to really refine and reignite that desire for my partner, because how sad to love someone so deeply and yet to have this massive sexual block and not be able to experience the depth that comes from uniting with someone who you love so deeply. So the other day, I did an hour-long pleasure practice for my Jade Egg certification course, and I've done this practice a couple times before, and it was good. It was nice. I felt pleasure here and there, but it was never earth-shaking orgasmic or anything, which is basically normal for me. And this day, I did the practice and I felt so much. All of a sudden, I was having these sensations in my cervix, and I was like, wow, that's new. And then I would feel this energy shooting from my cervix up into my body, and I was like, whoa, that's sexy. And I just kept experiencing this energy in a way that I never had before. Then I went on into town to teach a Jade Egg class that I'm teaching for the next 8 weeks in Taos, New Mexico. I led an hour-and-a-half long class, and we did more Jade Egg practices, more energy work. And after that class, I felt so good in my body. I went to the grocery store, and some guy was totally flirting with me, and in my head, I was thinking, oh wow, it's that sexual energy that's coursing through me, that's what he's into. And then I came home, I tried to go to bed, but I had so much energy. I was just very, very energetic, and the idea of sleeping was just not really what my body wanted to do. So my partner, I finally coaxed him to come to bed with me, and once he got into bed, I was just kind of crazy. I was shaking, I was moving my body, I was just bouncing all over the place. And I remembered something that my teacher, Layla Martin, had said about sexual energy and how the body becomes attuned to it. And it's sort of like pipes. When water is going through them, they're just normal and stable. You don't even really notice that water is going through them. But if tons of water gushes through that pipe, then it can start shaking and being all wild. So that's what was happening to me. Sexual energy was coursing through my body, causing me to be super wild because my body's not actually used to it. It's not attuned to holding and housing so much energy. So this was super exciting for me, and I took advantage of the moment, and I began having sex with my partner. And it was the most connected, the deepest, the most sensation-filled sex that we have had in years. Years. You don't know how freaking exciting this is for my heart. It was so beautiful. And it wasn't just perfect. There was pleasure in it, but there was also a lot of pain. I have a lot of pain in my vaginal opening, but I used his penis as a de-armoring tool. When it would touch the pain, I would actually sound the noises. And I wasn't self-conscious in this. I was so connected to him, and he was so intuitively connected to me and knew exactly where to place himself, and I knew exactly how to speak my needs and to say, oh, a little to the left or whatever it was. But for the most part, I was just in it. I was totally dropped in to this sexual experience that we were having together. So you might be thinking wow, Rachel, okay, cool, that sounds great, but that sexual energy thing, that's a little woo-woo, I don't know if I'm into it, and I don't experience sexual energy, and I just want you to know that you do experience sexual energy. Sexual energy is actually a very natural thing. I know people get all weird around the word energy, but it truly is something that we all have within ourselves. In the Tantra and the Taoist traditions, they believed that our sexual energy was something that should be cultivated as it offers us health throughout our entire system. So you might have experienced sexual energy when you met someone for the first time and you experienced these fireworks go off. Have you experienced that? I know I have. And then, when people first meet, those fireworks are there, but as they get into the relationship, maybe those fireworks start fading and they're like, oh man, we lost the energy. Like we went through the honeymoon phase and no hope for us. But let me tell you, you really can cultivate your sexual energy, and I know this from firsthand experience. So cultivating your sexual energy isn't just beneficial for having sex, it's also very beneficial for your health. First of all, someone who has a lot of sexual energy in their body is just naturally a more energetic human. If you suffer from a lot of exhaustion, a lot of tiredness, you can cultivate this sexual energy and it actually energizes your whole system. Cultivating your sexual energy also cultivates inner health, as you can utilize your sexual energy and you can send it to different parts of your body, such as your liver or your heart or your kidneys. And you can even send it to places of your body like your womb or your vagina or your anus. You can send this sexual energy up to your crown chakra and out into the universe. And it can connect you to other beings, to the earth, to Mother Nature, to the sky, to the sun, to the moon. It's this beautiful tool that we can utilize to really experience the interconnected web of this entire universe. So I'd like to teach you a really quick practice that you can do to experience your sexual energy. Now, if you try this out and you don't experience anything at first, don't worry, you can keep practicing. I have been doing this sexual energy work for a little over 2 years, and it's only been just recently that I have felt it on the level that I'm feeling it now. I'm at a point now, after doing these practices for years, where I am actually able to utilize that sexual energy in a more controlled way and at a level, a magnitude that I didn't experience before. So this practice is called the microcosmic orbit, and it's from the Taoist tradition. You can Google it and find a lot of different articles about it. Mantak Chia is the original person who brought it to the West and popularized it. So what we first do is we focus on our cervix, or if you're a man, you can focus on your perineum, and you pull up on your pelvic floor. So it's like you're tightening your entire genital region. So you're going to tighten your pelvic floor, inhale that energy up through your nose, up your back to the top of your head. And then once that energy is at the top of your head, you're going to breathe that energy down the front of your body, and you're going to take your tongue and touch it to the tip of your teeth like this. So I take the energy from my cervix. And then you're going to take it the other way. So the way we just did is a very yang energy. The yin way is much more soft. It's a much more gentle way. So the yin way is doing the same exact movement, but taking the sexual energy and moving it up the front of your body and then sending it back down your back into your cervix again. So I really encourage you to try this practice. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment below and ask me. I'll answer any of your questions. And like I said, keep with it. Even if you don't feel it right away, just practice. Just have some curiosity, some openness to the concept, and see what happens for you. Please hit subscribe if you like this video and if you like these updates, and also check out my Instagram account, The Sacred and the Sexy, where I write a lot of vulnerable and deep and personal insights into my life and into my sexuality. So much love.